Hello everyone, this is Inez and I wanted to share with you a tutorial on how to make a mini top hat, and I wanted to show you what the finished product will look like. I did this for a swap over at www.minialbumscraps.com, formerly known as www.minialbumscraps.ning.com, and they did away with the ning and now they're just .com. And the theme was steampunk. And so I had one of the ladies over there ask me if I could make a tutorial as to how I made it. So let's get started. Okay, materials that you're going to need are going to be a styrofoam cup, about an 8-ounce will do. You're going to need a 5-inch circle and a 4-inch circle. You're going to need 1 1/4 inch squares, 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch squares. You're going to need about 45 to about 50 of them. You're going to need the paint of your choice. I'm going to use black, gold, and copper. You're going to need a paintbrush. You're going to need some wet glue. You're going to need your hot glue gun. You're going to need some tissue paper. You're going to need at least 3 pieces of tissue paper and some scissors, I believe. And I believe that's it. Okay, so let's get started. First, you're going to paint black. Everything black. So we're going to paint the whole cup black, except the inside. Unless you're going to use the inside, you're going to make a lid to open and close, then yes, you would go ahead and paint the inside. You're going to paint, you can paint one side of the little one because only one side's going to be seen. The other side's going to go through the bottom. And then you're going to paint this big one, both sides on this big one, black as well. Just remember to use heavy cardstock. Don't use light cardstock because you're going to wet these a few times with the paint. Once you paint them, you're going to put those aside to dry. Once they're dry, they're going to look like this. Just like this. Okay? Once you paint them, we're ready to start layering. Okay? In other words, you're going to use your 1 1/4 inch squares to layer your circles. And the way I do it is I just do opposite of each other like so. And I do it like that. Okay. Just like that. And then I just kind of put a diamond in the middle, sort of kind of like that. I glue all that down, and then I do the same thing to the big one. Opposite, and then I fill in the spaces in between the same way. I just kind of put them down like so in between, the same thing. I just put the end to the edge. Don't worry about if you go over, because you can always cut the edges on the outside. Okay, once you glue all that down, you're going to set it to dry. Once it dries, it's going to look like this. Okay, you're going to again take your paintbrush and you're going to paint. Okay, you're going to paint it all black, just on the top side, all black on both of them. Okay, once you paint, you're going to set them aside to dry. Once they're dry, they're going to look like so. Okay, just like this. Now we're going to take this little one and put the big one aside for now and get back your cup, the one you just painted. Okay, you're going to take your cup and you're going to put your wet glue or your hot glue, whatever you prefer to use, all the way around the cup. And then with, not the one that has the little squares, but the plain side, the flat side, you're going to center the cup right in the center of that. Okay? Then you're going to let that dry for a little bit. You're going to add some pressure, let it dry because you don't want it to move. You're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut slits all the way around, about 1/2 inch between each one. Just cut all the way around. Okay, because then once you cut it, you're going to fold that up, all of them up, and cover the top. Okay, once you do that, it'll look like this. Okay, it'll have the top because you folded all the little tabs down. It doesn't look too attractive right now, but that's okay, and don't worry about the glue. Okay, so now once you have this step, we're ready to layer the cup. Okay, we're going to layer pretty much the same way we layered the top. What I did was I find the peak to my top and I just kind of start there. And I do all 4 peaks. Okay, here's the other one right here. And I just layer it just like so. And then in between the spaces, I come back and I put a square. Okay, just like that. Now, for the second row, which will be this row here, it's going to be about 3 rows of layering. Wherever I put a diamond, I'm going to put a square, like so. I'm going to put it like this. Okay. Wherever I put a square, I'm going to put it as a diamond, like so. And I'm just going to work my way around the cup, just like that, just gluing all the way around. Okay. Once you're done gluing, you can set it aside, let it dry, and then it'll look like this. Okay, all covered up. Don't worry about it if you have little areas where the cup is showing through. That's why we painted the cup black for these things. Okay, now you're going to take your black paint again, and we're going to paint it over again, everything. Just paint, 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 paint. You can paint the top again, even though you've already painted it. You can just go over it again. Paint, 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 paint. Okay, once you painted it all, set it aside to dry. Once it's dry, it'll look like this. Okay, keep in mind that this is what you're painting, so you're going to get your hands dirty, messy. If you don't want to get your hands dirty or messy, you can cover them up, I guess, with gloves or something. Once you get to this point, you are ready to start putting our glue dots. These little dots that you see on here. We're ready to start doing those. And that you're going to make with the glue gun. You're going to do with the glue gun. And here's the circle. You're going to do it on the bottom of the bottom of the hat. And we're going to do it on the hat, the top of the hat. Okay, I'm going to show you a few dots just so you'll get the idea. But just take your hot glue gun, and I do every corner of the square. And I just kind of twirl it around just to cut off the strings so I don't have strings everywhere. If I have, it's just a few of them. And I just do it again in the corner. This is the process that takes a little bit longer, but it can go fairly quickly to make. I made, I think, like 3 or 4 in one day, one afternoon actually. It doesn't take very long to make. So that's how you make them, and I just kind of, like I said, I twirl it around just so I don't get strings everywhere, and then I do one in the center of each square. Now again, this is just my pattern. You can do it however you want. Okay, and then you set it aside to dry. You can see that. And that's how it goes. Just be careful because your hot glue is hot. And you're going to do the same with your cup. Okay, I usually start in the center on the top, and then I work my way around the top. I let that dry for a few seconds. It doesn't take very long to dry. And then I work my way down on the side of the cup all the way around. And that's how I do that. Then I set that aside to dry. And once you cover it all up, it'll look like this. Okay, just like that. All nice and covered up. There you go. Same thing with the cup, everywhere, just random. It doesn't have to be a pattern. It does just random. Wherever you want to put a dot, put a dot. Now, once you've done this, again, you're going to take your black paint and we're going to paint. You're going to paint again over the little dots. Reason we do that is because, again, you want everything the same color and we don't want just that white, foggy looking dots. So you're just going to paint, 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 paint everywhere. Okay, once you paint it, you're going to set it aside to dry. Once it's dry, it'll look like so. Okay, now from here, we're ready to start dabbing. This is where the tissue paper comes in. This is why I'm telling you 3. Okay, you're going to take your tissue paper and you're going to crumble it up. And you're going to crumble it up. Okay, and you're going to have 3 of them. And then I just kind of open it back up a little bit and just kind of make me like a little bun sort of thing, just a little dabber like so. And I take, you're going to do the gold paint first, or you're going to do the copper paint first or the gold, whichever you prefer. I did the copper first. So you can take it, put the paint on a little piece of paper, and just, the reason you have 3 is because one is for the gold, one is for this copper, and the other one is just a cleaner upper. I'll show you what I mean by that, for it to pick up any extra paint you might have put on there. So you dab it in the paint, and then you're just gonna dab up and down, don't dab like this, sliding, no. You want to just down, up. You can do it as heavy as you want. You can do it as light. If you just want light little marks everywhere, just barely touching everywhere, and just do the entire cup, you're going to do the same with this. I usually do the top part all over like so. I just put it down like that, and I just kind of go all the way around. I do the center as well. And like I said, you know how I left the center open because we're gonna glue that anyway. We're gonna put this is now. Once I do that, because I still have to do the other side, I come with one of my tissue balls, the clean one, of course, and I just kind of dab it a little bit, pick up any extra, and then I'll turn it over and dab. Don't rub, because it'll give you a different effect. You'll destroy the pattern on it that it gave you. So you want to just dab, 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 dab. Don't wipe. You want to turn it over and do the same with this one. You're just going to put gold paint, copper paint everywhere. Okay, just everywhere, wherever you want, and as much as you want, as light or as much. Once you do that, you're going to set it aside to dry, and it'll look like this once it's dry. Okay, once it's dry, it'll look like this. Then you want to take your gold paint and do the same thing. So you're going to dab your gold paint everywhere, gold, gold, gold on both sides, as well as this. You're going to dab gold paint everywhere, and then it'll look like this. Okay, it'll look like that. Then you want to start, if you have any embellishments you want to put around here, go ahead and do that right now. It's a good idea because it's hard once you glue this down. It's hard to decorate afterwards. You can start shaping your hat, the bottom of your hat, making the shape however you want, whatever shape you're looking for. Once you've decorated the bottom, you can glue that to that. You can add your lace, you can add tulle, you can add flowers, you can add whatever you want to it. How much ever you want to decorate it, it's up to you. Then this is, voila, your finished product. You can also add, before you add your embellishments and glue it, you can add some Mod Podge. I added the glossy Mod Podge, and it gave me that extra little shine, kind of clear glassy look on the hat. if you want to. You don't have to. And then you can add chains or whatever else you want to add to it. Again, it's very simple indeed how to make these. So I hope you'll give it a try. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Head over to Mini Albums Scraps to check out further projects we've worked on, and as well as they videoed my little top hat. So take a look, and it's free. Membership is free, so it doesn't cost you anything to go look and even become a member. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you'll make one and share your pictures with us. I would like to see it. So long for now.